Hi everyone, welcome back to Hillside Harvest Homestead. Today it's all about noodles. I am making homemade noodles for our spaghetti dinner tonight. I have a family of 6 that I have to feed, and this recipe is super easy. It's only for 1 serving, 1.5 servings or so. It's 1 cup of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 eggs. You mix your salt and your flour together, make a well inside the middle, and then put your eggs in that well. And then you start mixing your eggs up and then gradually add more and more flour from the well into the center. So that's what I'm starting with right now. I've got my flour and my salt and my eggs together here. So with this recipe, you can just make more servings that you want. I've got 4 servings in here. So, and actually 4 servings should be enough to feed my family of 6 this evening with spaghetti. So I'm going to get going with stirring this up. I like to use my KitchenAid mixer, and then I've got, this kneads the dough on its own and makes it real thin. It rolls it out for me. I have done it myself where I roll it out. I'm just not good at getting real thin layer of dough, so I'm not good at rolling it real thin and then slicing it myself, so I don't do that. I prefer to use these, and then I have this other piece that makes the spaghetti noodles, so I'll be doing it that way for myself. You know, if you don't have anything like that, totally fine. Just roll it out real thin and then you'll slice it yourself, but I'll show you how I do it. So right here I've got my well in the middle. I'm going to be stirring these eggs together and then just adding a little bit of flour at a time. It's going to be a lot like a bread dough when you're done with it. Alright, now I can get all the rest of that flour in there. I get to the point that I just prefer to use my hands and mix it that way. All right, so now I'm going to put it on a floured surface and I'm going to start kneading it. So you knead it like you do with regular bread. You don't want it to be a sticky dough at all. That flour is going to really help you later on when you are actually making the noodles. It will keep the noodles from sticking to themselves, sticking to other noodles. All right, it feels good, like a nice, good consistency here. I'm gonna put some saran wrap around it in a ball and put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll make our noodles. So we're back after having the dough in the refrigerator for half an hour. At this point, I've got this huge ball. I'm not gonna be able to roll this all at one time. So what I actually do is I just will split it up into smaller pieces. Actually, I think I'm gonna go a little smaller than that. I don't want real large pieces to be rolling at one time. So just make small pieces, and I've got lots of flour on my counter here to be able to keep that dough with flour on it. If it feels a little sticky, just roll it in some of the flour. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to hook my rolling piece into my KitchenAid, which to do that, all you have to do is take off this metal piece in the front. And then this just slides right in. Just had to get it aligned. All right. So it's ready to go. I'm going to roll one of these balls in some of this flour that I've got right here. There are 8 settings on the side here, and to use this, what you're doing is you're starting with a big fat roll of dough, and you're just going to get it thinner each time that you roll it. So it doesn't make an incredibly thin piece of dough the first time you run it through. So you start at number 8 and you'll work yourself down to either 3 or 2. And that's small enough. The smaller the number is, the thinner the dough is going to be. So we start at 8 and use level 8 as like a kneading process at first. So we'll put it through number 8 4 times, and then the rest of them, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, we'll just do it twice each. We'll put it through twice each. Okay, so you're gonna put your blender up on high, and this is on number 8. Just push it through. It's probably gonna feel a little sticky, so I'll actually put some more flour on it, because I do not want it to stick in the machine. I fold it up and send it through again. I'll get some more flour on it. Fold it up again. And one more time. Now I'm putting it to level 7. Number 6. Level 5. And anytime it feels sticky at all, I'm going to add more of that flour to it. Level 4. Level 3. and level 2. So, and I'll continue to do that with all of these balls that I have, all of the ball of dough that I have, and you see how thin it is. And when you're doing spaghetti, you want it fairly thin. And that's all that you do. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not going to show you guys just because it's going to take a little bit of time to do that, but I will get the other spaghetti piece on here, and then we'll make some spaghetti with this. Okay, so I've gotten all my dough rolled out. It's time to make the spaghetti. I put the spaghetti attachment onto here. And then once they're done, once you get it straight out of here, they're ready to put in the pot. Or I have a little rack right here that you can just lay the noodles over and you can let them dry. You can keep them in the freezer for a little while. If you don't put them in the freezer after they're dried, they don't last very long, especially if they haven't dried completely. They actually will mold a little bit. So it is best to try to use them right away or put them in the freezer. They'll last a little longer that way. But so here we go. We've got our rolled out dough ready to go. And this, I really like to make sure I've got plenty of flour on it so that when the noodles come out, they're not sticking to each other. And there you go, that's all there is to it. I obviously didn't do all of mine. I'm not gonna make you watch me do all of my noodles, but this is a good example of what it is. It's okay if you have, little ones that don't get hung on the hanger. It's not a big deal. They will dry, just spread them out thinly. Try not to let them remain in a real big clump. And that's all it is. You can let them dry that way, or you can just throw them in the pot right away. So this brand that I used, and I really hope I don't slaughter the name of it, but I probably will. It looks like Hozodo, H-O-Z-O-D-O, Hozodo. And it's really cool. It comes with 3 attachments. One is the spaghetti attachment, the other is the rolling attachment, and then the 3rd attachment is a fettuccine attachment, and so they're just a little larger noodles. What you can do also with the rolling attachment is you can make lasagna noodles. So like what I just did, just making them into those long sheets, you can cut those down into lasagna noodles. So these are really cool attachments. I love them. They work with the KitchenAid. But that's how you use that. Super simple. And I have noodles ready for dinner. So if you want to try it, have fun with it, get your kids involved in it. My daughter loves to help me, and she's 5. Super simple. And I hope that you try it and homemade noodles are like the best that you can have. So enjoy your noodle making. If you're enjoying these videos here with Hillside Harvest Homestead, I really encourage you to press that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share our videos with your friends. All of that helps us out tremendously, and we really appreciate it. We appreciate you taking your time and watching our videos. I hope that you have a wonderful day.